This is David Lynn, and you are watching Taco Talk. It is Saturday, the 17th of May, 2025, and it is right at a couple of minutes before 7 p.m., and I am live for Taco Talk number 5. Oh. Hmm. Kalau, by Bullfrog79, welcome. How are you doing today, Uncle Al? Hmm. 2 watching and 3 likes. Well, somebody is lurking. Melinda Elliott. How are you doing, Melinda? Thank you for coming. Tired. I did yard work today. I was outside trying to do the ditches, do all the cut-in work. Filled up a fairly large trash can full of clippings and limbs from the trees. I got my trees, the dead limbs fall out of them, and I'm constantly picking up little limbs. I like to get my exercise using my self-propelled and bag, and then I dump the clippings. Makes the yard look a lot cleaner. 3 in the house, 3 likes. Ooh, man. Well, I'm at 70 subscribers on my backup channel. Makes me feel good. we're going to talk more about what we talked about yesterday evening concerning medical prepping for SHTF emergencies and such, medical supplies, basic stuff that you need in a first aid kit. And Uncle Al, I have a first aid kit to show. This is a boo-boo kit. That's a nice one. I keep kits like this in my car. And I've got a medical prepper manual to show. The Ultimate Readiness Guide for Medical Emergencies and Disaster Situations. And we'll go over that a little bit more as a few more people come into the stream, hopefully. Melinda, do you have a good first aid kit in your vehicle? Do you have a good first aid kit in your bathroom or your kitchen? We'll talk about things that you need to have or that you need to add to your first aid kit. I'm certainly enjoying my weekend. This coming week will be the last full week of school. I'll have Memorial Day off, which is a Monday. I'll come back Tuesday, Wednesday for full days. Thursday will be a half day for the kids. And then Friday will be a work day, and it'll be the last day this year of contract. And then I'll have about 2.5 months off. Right at 2.5 months off. You should have some sort of kit in your glove box. Basic stuff. Boo-boo kit. You want some pretty good sized Band-Aids. You want some, you want to be able to clean. You cut yourself or something, some such. You need probably some aspirin or some Tylenol. Pre-retirement days. Welcome. How are you doing, Betty? Thank you for coming. And Verna, welcome, Verna. I was watching one of your videos from when it was still winter. And you were out walking your dog, the fur baby. It gets a little colder. It gets pretty cold where you're at, and you get snow. It is rare for me to get snow. Please leave a like to support the channel. It will be greatly appreciated. So looks like I got 3 in the house. 5 likes. We had to turn on our furnace again, 35 degrees tonight. Well, that's pretty cold. Thank you. I've had 4 people come in and identify themselves, all really good people and very good supporters. Uncle Al, Melinda Elliott, Pre-Retirement Days, which Betty, and Vay's Place, Verna. And I appreciate all of you, and I've tried to give y'all some watch time today. I think I gave each of you a little bit of watch time. Left a comment, supported comment, and a like. You know, when I've been watching, I always leave a comment, I always leave a like, and if it's like videos, I try to watch the entire video if at all possible, and then I will hit the timestamp, which will let you know, and very few people hit the timestamp. That'll let you know that I watched it. Uncle Al, it was about 90 degrees here today when I was out doing yard work. About 90 degrees. That's good. Very few people, and I'm not saying anybody here because I appreciate y'all and I know y'all leave likes, but very few people will leave likes. I mean, I've had some shorts in the last couple of days with over 1,000 views. Had one that had like 1,600 views. And then I get like 10, 15, 20 likes. 1,000 views and 10, 15, or 20 likes. I don't know. I usually, at least, like if I'm going through shorts of people I don't know, I still hit the like button. Even when I'm 10 seconds, 15 seconds, like button, move on. But people just don't do that. Dave, my friend Yoda, who is blessed with 100,000 subscribers. Well, not quite, but he's moving towards it. Six in the house, 5 likes. Please leave a like to support the channel. It'd be greatly appreciated. So at this point, I need to get into what the topic is. We're going to cover the topic we covered last night with maybe a little bit more details. So we're going to talk about upgrading your first aid kit in 3 simple parts. A first aid kit. This is a small first aid kit. It's not a very small first aid kit, but it's not a big first aid kit. This is a small, something that you would probably have in your car, hopefully, your truck. It's a small, or in your carry bag, small first aid kit. Your first aid kit in 3 simple parts. So you need to, if you don't have them in decent quality, you need to upgrade a little bit. So some EMT shears. Why would you want shears? Well, it would help you with clothing. If you need to remove clothing to find the wound, cutting a safety belt, help placing tape or bandages, that's EMT shears. Forceps. Forceps would be like an extra set of hands. Are to hold clamps, to clamp down. It's like a third hand. Tweezers. Tweezers would be used to like remove a splinter or remove a splinter is a foreign object, but remove a foreign object and materials from a wound. That's what tweezers would be for. SHTF will be going commando like Rambo. Okay, you'll probably be carrying a machete like Uncle Al. You need to make sure there are things in your kit for burns. Many forget the burn injuries. Truth. Burn cream for minor burns. I'm getting there, Verna. Tourniquets. These are a last ditch. You really don't want to be using those. If you can't get the person to the hospital in 30 minutes, you need to be, the person, EMS needs to get them in a hurry, and they need to get them to medical care, if at all possible. A wound closure kit. Yes. Replace gauze strip rolls with ace bandages, Uncle Al says. Holds better and can be washed and reused. Be sure to have plenty of Band-Aid strips for different sizes, for cuts and scrapes. 2 triangular bandages per kit with 4 safety pins. 5 trauma bandages for heavy wounds and bleeding. Be careful on quick clot. Get training on it. Digging out a bad set. Quick clot hurts like hell. So the second part is dealing with over-the-counter medications and such for minor ailments and discomfort. Pain relievers. Most first aid kits lack certain medications or have very little. Aspirin is a pain reliever, fever reliever, heart reliever. If a person having a heart attack or anxiety, give them an aspirin tablet. Now you should talk to a doctor. I'm not a physician, but in my first aid training, they talk about if you're having a heart episode, if you can put an aspirin under their tongue, it's supposed to help. A lot of preppers drop dead. And the second pain reliever is Tylenol or acetaminophen. Also a pain reliever and fever reducer, not reliever. Big difference. Benadryl for allergies and anaphylactic shock. Worst cases, an injection if needed. Water and foodborne illness, over-the-counter medications. Baking soda for upset stomach. Yeah, that would be a pain reliever, Dave. Permanent one, likely. Imodium D for intestinal upset or diarrhea. Pepto-Bismol for minor digestive issues after you've eaten one of Uncle Al's meals, if you were visiting. Stool softener for constipation. Water purification tablets for clean water. Ointments, gels, and sprays. Alcohol. To cleanse the area and wound first. First aid ointments. Antibiotic gel for infections of untreated tissue. Calamine lotion. Sunburn and poison ivy and oak. Burn cream for minor burns. Saline solution for eyes and nasal cavities. Hydrogen peroxide for deep tissue cleansing of infection. Soap for cleaning of the body. Body wipes to clean body parts if no water is available, and used in removal of body waste. Having a first aid kit in your car or vehicle, whatever vehicle you have, having one at your office, having one in your restrooms, in your kitchen, having your carry bag, your camper trailer, having a medical manual, reference that you can go through. Yeah, Uncle Al makes me hungry too. He puts out some good food. So that's where we're at right now. When it comes to preparedness, you got to have a little bit of everything. Some things you got to have a lot of. You got to have a lot of water, clean water. If the water turns off, the more water you have stored, the longer you can go without access to any running water. You have to have the ability to determine whether you can treat it. You don't want to get water from a pool. You know, you got to be very careful where you get your water from. And if at all possible, you need to boil it. You probably need, if you have some purification tablets or a means to filter it, very important. Likewise, you know, when it comes to food, having canned goods, having stuff with a long shelf life, storing it properly, having freeze-dried food, canned, you know, maybe you can, having some stuff that you canned if you know what you're doing, or somebody you get it from that knows what they're doing, canning. Having crackers and oatmeal and rice, things that are easy to prepare. Peanut butter, jelly, coffee, instant coffee, being able to boil water, all important, all important. And likewise, the items that I went through, and I'll go through them again. We are 23 minutes into the live stream, 3 in the house, 6 likes. Yes, water is necessary for proper first aid. Like chemical exposure, yes. Very important. Very important. So I've been letting my main channel rest, just talking a little bit about, you know, the lay of the land for me. I've been letting the main channel rest for this month. It had been recommended, my friend Dave, whose channel's blowing up, and he's done the same with his channel in the past. He's let his channel rest, his main channel. He said, let it rest for a month, see what happens. I've been letting it rest. The only thing I've been doing on my main channel is I have been answering, people leave me comments. I've been responding to comments, but I haven't posted anything. I haven't done any shorts. I haven't done any videos. I haven't live streamed. I have been silent on that one for the past couple of weeks. And my backup channel is at 70 subscribers. I had said by the end of the month it would be nice if I had 100 subscribers on my backup channel, and I would have 30 to go. And I have, since I've started using it, last 10 days or so, I picked up 9 subscribers. So I am picking up a few here and there, and I expect it'll continue to grow. I don't know that I'll get to 100. But I have been posting. I've been posting comments. I've been trying to let people know that I'm live streaming. When I live stream, I have been doing 2 or 3 shorts a day. They're getting very good results. And I have dropped a couple of videos, which are getting a few views. This is my 5th live stream on my backup channel, and my live streams have been getting 20 or so views. So, you know, it is what it is. I'm not complaining. Yeah, I understand. Enrique Trevino, thank you for coming. I do plan on doing, if I get to 100 subscribers on my backup channel, I do plan on doing a 100 subscriber giveaway. Same rules. Leave me a like and a comment on my last 5 videos I will have released when I hit 100. Right now, I think I've only put out about 5 videos. I may put out 1 or 2 more. And I will do a 2,000 subscriber giveaway when I hit 2,000 on my main channel. I'll be going back to it in June, and I will be concentrating on my main channel. And hopefully this summer I will hit 2,000. And when I do, I will do a nice 2,000 subscriber giveaway. And the same rules. Leave me a like and a comment, supportive comment on each of the last 5 videos I will have released when I hit 2,000. Right now that channel is at 1,903, so it's got a ways to go. Buying space. Hello, Myra. Let's see if I can get you a blue wrench. Myra, you are now a standard moderator. You just got to hit the notification bell, and you should get notifications. Hopefully. Yep. I have prayed for you, and my sincerest condolences on your recent loss. It is very, very traumatic, and I'm sure that your mother will be in the kingdom, and I am so sorry, and I know you're suffering. I lost my mother over 20 years ago, and I was a late life baby, so I was already past 40 when I lost her. She was 40 years old when she had me, and I was like 40, going on 42 when she passed on. Very traumatic. Yes, I'm sorry, Enrique. You missed a lot of the first part of when I went through it, and I'll go through it again. But I'll go through the information again. Basically, what I'm covering tonight, Uncle Al provided me. These are all notes pretty much that I took down. He sent me all this in text messages, series of text messages, and I wrote it all down, and I'm going through it now. So you get a first aid kit, a little first aid kit like this. You get a medical book on, emergencies and shade tree medicine, such. Most kits, unless you spend a significant amount of money on it, there are going to be things that you're going to need to trade out. There's going to be upgrades that you're going to need to get if you really want to have a decent kit. Hello, Rachel, Mama of 4 boys. Thank you for coming. I hope your son, God bless you and your family. I hope your son is doing better. Everybody, please, if you would like to support the channel, it will be greatly appreciated. 6 in the house and 9 likes. So, to begin with, you need a good pair of EMT shears. They're for cutting clothes when you're probing for a wound, cutting a safety belt, help placing tape or bandages. You need some good forceps. It's like a third pair of hands. Forceps are to hold, clamp down. They're, to help you. You need a good set of tweezers. They're used to remove foreign objects and materials from wounds. Like you ever see somebody got a splinter, somebody got a little piece of a cactus, and they need to remove it. Tweezers. I have tourniquets. I don't know that I'd ever use one, or I'd ever have to use one on somebody. The idea is trying to cut off blood flow. If you can't stop the bleeding, if you can't staunch the bleeding, you don't want them to bleed out before, emergency services arrive or you get them to a hospital or medical facility. You need to do that. You need to get them there within 30 minutes, or emergency services need to get them within 30 minutes. You need some good ace bandages over gauze strip rolls. Ace bandages hold better. They can be washed and reused. Be sure to have plenty of Band-Aid strips of different sizes for cuts and scrapes. 2 triangular bandages per kit with 4 safety pins. 5 trauma bandages for heavy wounds and bleeding. Be careful on quick clot. Get training on it. Digging out a bad set, quick clot, hurts like hell. Over-the-counter medications for minor ailments and discomfort. Pain relievers. Most first aid kits lack or are too small in amounts. Aspirin is a pain reliever, fever reliever, heart reliever. I was been trained more than once when I go for my lifesaver first aid training. If you have an aspirin, put an aspirin under their tongue. Now, I'm not a doctor. You talk to a doctor. when I go for a medical checkup or whatever, if I got questions, I ask. So I'm not telling you this as a doctor. I'm just telling you what I've heard from training that I've been through. Now, I do have a Red Cross CPR first aid card. A lot of preppers drop dead. The second pain reliever is Tylenol or acetaminophen. It's also a pain reliever and a fever reducer, not reliever. Big difference. Benadryl. Benadryl for allergies. Anaphylactic shock. Worst cases, an injection is needed. Water and foodborne illness, over-the-counter medications. Baking soda for upset stomach. Imodium D, intestinal upset or diarrhea. Yes, a Swiss Army knife is a good thing to have and carry. Pepto-Bismol for minor digestive issues. Stool softener for constipation. Water purification tablets for clean water. Boil it if you can. Ointments, gels, and sprays. Alcohol to cleanse the area and wound first. First aid ointment to antibiotic gel for infections of untreated tissue. Calamine lotion for sunburn, poison ivy, and oak. Burn creams for minor burns. Saline solution for eyes and nasal cavities. Hydrogen peroxide for deep tissue cleansing of infections. Soap for cleaning the body. Body wipes to clean body parts if no water is available, and use in removal of body waste. You know, it's good to have wipes. Wipes. Have I had liquid IV? 3 times hydration than Gatorade? Honestly, no, I have not. Never heard of it. I've had an IV. When it's been probably close to 20 years ago. I had strep throat, high fever. A couple of my staff took me to a urgent care clinic. They were on the verge of putting me in. It admitted me to the hospital. They gave me an IV of antibiotics or steroids. Laid me on the table, gave me an IV. Gave me a bag of good stuff. You know. I had to stay home 2 or 3 days. I was sick. I was sick as a dog. Been a long time since that happened. Sweating, fever. It threatened to put me in the hospital. That's the only IV I've ever had. Oh, liquid IV is a drink mix? No, I have not. And it's good stuff. Let me write that down. Let me write that down, and I will see about acquiring some. For hydration. You ever heard of that, Enrique? Liquid IV. Learn something new every day. Better acquire some. 5 in the house, 9 likes. Oh, 41 minutes into my live stream. Yeah, LOL. Funny. Yep. Thank you, Enrique. Thank you. So, I had mentioned before, I was working on the yard today, trying to lose some weight. Made tacos this morning. Mine had to cut up jalapeno in it. Excellent. Usually put 4 eggs in a taco. I use the low carb taco for my wife. It's like 80 calories. The tortillas I use are more like a couple of hundred. I use a different tortilla than she does. And I did not have any lunch. My lunch was basically trying to stay hydrated because I've been doing yard work. For supper, I made both of us a double meat cheeseburger. I made her French fries in the air fryer. I basically had some chips. And I had some half and half tea and lemonade, some of that Milo's, half tea, half lemonade, had a couple glasses of that. Good stuff, really good stuff. You get by the gallon. So, I am trying to, well, I have one more week of school, full week. This coming week will be one more week, and discipline is horrible. Right now, discipline at the school is horrible. I hate doing my after school cafeteria duty for the bus. I hate that. Kids are horrible right now. My kids do not want to do anything. The ones in my behavioral unit, they don't want to do anything. And I've got a full week, and then the following week I have Monday off, so I have a 3-day weekend, Memorial Day weekend. And then I've got Tuesday and Wednesday, which are full days. Thursday is a half day for kids, and then Friday is a work day, and then I'm out for about 2.5 months. Be off for summer. And I get paid like on the 24th or 25th. It gets deposited into my account. And then at the end of the month, I get my retirement check from Teacher Retirement System of Texas. Need to get the camper trailer ready for a camping trip. Buying stuff for it. Wife's wanting to put in curtains. I got to do some I got to do some ceiling mounts where we can put those little privacy curtains up around the bed area and around the area for the. I'll do a video showing what we're doing. There's some stuff I need to do. Yeah, chair and a bullwhip. Well, I got a chair. But I hadn't done the bull. My father had a bullwhip. Had a nice bullwhip. He used to like to swing that thing and pop it. Leather bullwhip. Yes, Indiana Jones. I'm more of a 357 revolver with speed loaders for fast reloading. That's more my old. And I like to use 38 Special Plus P, which is a sweet spot in between 38 Special and 357 Magnum. I use Plus P hollow points. That's as far as my preferred carry is concerned. And I do have a 9mm, and I've got a 380, and I've got a 25, and I've got, I've got a bunch of crap, But my favorite carry is this Lady Smith. Had been my mother's, satin stainless steel cherrywood grips. Beautiful weapon. Um, yeah, I know what you mean, Enrique. The chair and the bullwhip. I understand. I'm just commenting, laughing it off and commenting. Anyway, so that's basically what we're dealing with. I'll be doing a live stream tomorrow. I don't know that I'll be doing any live streams this coming week until I get off. I will plan on doing a 3-day weekend live stream. Well, actually, I'll probably plan on doing live streams every day after starting this coming Friday because, well, not this coming Friday, but the following Friday. I'll do Friday, Saturday, and Sunday this next week, and then I got one more week of work. And trying to get my backup channel to 100 subscribers. And I'll do a 100 subscriber giveaway. Same rules. Leave me a like, supportive comment each of the last 5 videos I will release. And Enrique has 2 channels, and he's been leaving comments on both channels. So he had 2 shots at it. For some reason, one of them didn't post, but he showed me where he had. So YouTube is always messing around. There's stuff that comes up, and then you lose it. Like I'll be showing a certain amount of views on a short, and then a couple hours later it shows 100 less views than I'd had earlier. And I take screenshots to show where it's at, and I don't know, they're screwing around with me on that. I've had that happen where I lose hundreds of views, and I don't know what on my view count. I don't know what's going on. That's a YouTube thing. Yeah, a 22 is good. I've got one of those. Oh, good Lord, I've got several of those, especially like with the rifles. And I've got lots of ammunition for the various calibers. I haven't bought ammunition in years, but I got lots of it. I don't even know what 22 ammunition costs now. But I really used to lay that stuff in. 17 HMR, 22 Magnum, 22 long rifle, 12 gauge buckshot, 20 gauge buckshot. Lots of it. So the idea of being prepared is you got to have what you got to have what you need to have before the emergency. You can't go during a full-blown SHTF emergency and expect to stock up on things that you need. Yeah, I know the AI algorithm doesn't necessarily like me. I don't think it likes Uncle Al either. So I'm in good company. You live your life one day at a time. And I keep trying to increase my stock of bottled water, freeze-dried foods, the depth of what I have. I'm shifting out of stuff like I use certain things. It's got a shelf life. It's got Best Buy dates and such that are short. So I use that. And then when I replace it, I try to replace it with long-term freeze-dried. That's the big thing I'm buying now is freeze-dried. Trying to increase my numbers of that. My ability to sustain us without having to go to the store in an emergency. Important stuff. $500 rounds of 22 is about $35. Yeah. Next time we have a conversation, Uncle Al, I'll tell you how much 22 ammunition I've got stockpiled. And I've got lever action, semi-automatic, bolt action, all sorts of little in my collection. I've got some magazines that are interchangeable between 17 HMR and 22 Magnum. You can use the magazine for either caliber. Are the tornadoes hitting Texas? Texas is Tornado Alley. There was a major tornado that I believe over 20 people were killed. I was looking briefly at a news clip. A lot of tornado action. In Texas, Oklahoma, Arkansas, Louisiana, the tornadoes are just oof. Kansas and Missouri, yep. The Wizard of Oz starts with a tornado in Kansas. That huge tornado that lifted the house. In The Wizard of Oz, that was Kansas. So I am just trying to get through the rest of the school year. And tomorrow I'll be doing more yard work, trying to work on the yard, trying to get the ditches, everything cut in around everything, trying to get cleaned up along the walkways. And I bag my clippings and limbs. I'm constantly picking up little wood limbs and such. What happens when you got like a 3/4 of an acre, got a huge front and backyard. The backyard's a lot bigger than the front yard, but it's huge. And just my wife spends so much time on our chicken coops trying to take care of the chickens. We've got 2 sets of chickens. Matter of fact, the younger versions are probably going to start laying eggs in the next month or so, or at least midsummer. They're very well taken care of. They do not lack for water. They do not lack for feed. They're not free ranging. They are in chicken coops and pens. They can walk around. There's plenty of space for them to walk around. And they've all got their little hutches and everything. But, and I'm getting more eggs than I know what to do with. I do tacos, and I'm probably using about a dozen eggs a day right now. And we're getting a lot more, and I'm getting a build. I think I'm going to start probably either giving some of them away, or I might start selling a few of them. Don't want to have any trouble about, from the local constabulary about it. So I need to check in to see what the requirements are. 21 dead, yep. Horrible. Walmart has announced the price is going to be going up on everything. I do the majority of my shopping at Aldi. I go once a week and usually get a pretty good haul, and then usually midweek I will go and I'll buy stuff that I use a lot more of. I'm not buying like bulk. So like I'll go and I'll buy maybe 3 packs of tortillas. 1 for my wife, 2 for me, and I'll I'll bring tacos to work and give one or two of them away. Been doing a lot of cooking. Steaks, hamburgers. The wife did pork. Had pork for supper with rice. I do a lot of pots of rice. Got a rice cooker. Do a lot of rice. Mixed frozen vegetables, mixed vegetables and such. I usually pull out one and we'll do mixed vegetables as a secondary. Had 3 cups of coffee for breakfast this morning. Took my medication. Ate my taco. I'm making tacos. I drink a cup of coffee while I'm making tacos. Out there at the kitchen. I enjoy that. And you save money eating at home. Plus, the food's so much better at home than it is. Yeah. The food is so much better at home. Truthfully. So, I will be back tomorrow, and we'll see what the topic is. Perhaps Uncle Al will be supplying me. He supplies me with a lot of topics. God bless Uncle Al. And God bless those of you. I pray for people. Tell me that they're having issues, and I pray for them or their families having issues. Myra lost her mother recently. May she rest in peace. She's suffering. I know what it is because I lost my mother. It's been over 20 years, and it still hurts when I think about her. I lost my father when I was 14. And Rachel is having some issues with children or her eldest son. I'd be in prayer for her. God bless her. She shared with me. I pray for people. I get up in the morning, I pray, I drink my coffee, say the Lord's Prayer, I think about things and the day and what's going on. I try to treat people the way I want to be treated. And, we live in perilous times. Yes, Uncle Al. That's a good idea. And I've never really sold eggs. I've given them away. We give them to family, friends. But the feed's expensive. As much as we buy, it'd be nice if I could recoup a little bit of that. The price of eggs, $5.88 for an 18-pack at Walmart right now. $5.88. About $4, just under $4 for a carton of 12 at Aldi. I can remember when I paid 50 cents, 50 cents a dozen for this stuff. I used to go to Aldi's and I'd buy them and they'd be 50 cents for a dozen. Now a dozen's like $4. Thank you, Uncle Al. Appreciate you. Blessings. So I think I'm going to have some more of that half and half tea, that Milo's tea / lemonade. Is for good stuff. I buy it by the gallon over at Walmart. I think I'm going to have some. I'm going to have some more of that before I go to bed. Got to get up in the morning, do breakfast, and then hello, Idaho Garden Girl. You're coming in right when I'm just about going out. But I had a good topic tonight. Went through first aid, things that you need in a first aid for first aid. You might want to review the first 15-20 minutes of the video. Actually, the first 5 minutes is basically nothing to it. But then when I got going, about 15 or 20 minutes of some good stuff. So I'm an hour into this video, and I'm trying to keep it down. Yeah, I've got two coops now, 2 generations of chickens. You know, the other thing is, like, okay, SHTF happens. You got to be able to feed those chickens. You got to be able to water them. You got to have a water source. You got to have water, or you're going to lose them, or you're going to be butchering them. You know. So, everybody, have a blessed evening. Say your prayers. My channel is about preparedness. Trying to be prepared. I was a scout, and I talk about things to try to help people. I am tired. I worked in the yard today. I know what it is. Stephanie talks about all the stuff that she does at her new place. God bless you, Stephanie. And everybody, please join me tomorrow evening, hopefully at 7, for another edition of Coffee, or actually Taco Talk. The backup channel is Taco Talk. The main channel is Coffee Talk. Can't keep it straight. Anyway, thank you. God bless, and hopefully we'll see you again tomorrow. Bye-bye.